the board, thank you so much for coming out here today to hear us. In a time and place in a lot of schools where fine arts are cut, and even if they do really well, it's so nice to see a community such as ours that continues to let it grow. And this year, our speech team really did grow. We sent 7 people to state, and that is the most we have sent in 40-ish years. And we are continuing to grow through that, and it seems like the Jordan speech team is going to do very well over the next few years, and it wouldn't be without the help of all of you for keeping the program together and helping us out. Melty, Ms. Peters especially, and all of our speechies, and we really do appreciate you fighting for us. The speech you're going to hear today is a dramatic dual interpretation by state qualifiers Alex German and Ethan Palmer, and it is called The History of Television Condensed, and you guys are really going to like it. So without further ado, Alex and Ethan.
Warning. This program may contain strange hosts,
altered history,
bizarre concepts,
cheesy humor,
and a caveman.
The History of Television Condensed by John C. Havens. Some said that it would never replace the radio.
Some called it the idiot box.
Some even use it to avoid conversation at dinner.
But in whatever form it's taken, it's grabbed hold of our collective consciousness, like a dying man falling off the side of a mountain, clinging to the side of a canyon so hard, his fingernails bleed.
That's right, the television. Today we will be taking you through a history of the television.
And commercials.
As a way of getting to know this great country of ours.
And ourselves.
But first, the ancient origin of the television.
It is a little known fact, but the television was not actually introduced in the 20th century. In fact, it was invented long ago in the caveman era, by this man. Contemporaries would pronounce his name as Ireki Reki Oompa Loompa Frickin'. But, for demonstration purposes, we will call him Dull-Eyed, Unibrowed, Hairy-Backed Freak Show. Or Harry, for short.
Untuku.
And Untuku to you. It was an ordinary day for Harry. He had slain a prehistoric bison, washed his loincloth in subarctic waters, and lost a digit or two while wrestling a wild boar. But in the evening times, Harry liked to play his favorite game, simply called Singe. Singe is where he lit himself on fire to see how long he could stand the pain before putting himself out.
Oh.
One evening, Harry had a friend over, and this is where television was invented. Hey, Harry, love what you've done with the place. Where'd you get that woolly mammoth tusk chair?
IKEA.
Tippy tippy hoo hoo.
Hey, wanna see something really cool?
Mreep, always.
Scrandy underpants. Hey, help me light myself on fire.
Skolto! Hey, look at the wall behind you. Your body in the fire casts an image on the wall. We could use this to translate ideas and stories to generations to come.
You got all that from Skoltum?
Unfortunately, however, Harry burned to death in this final game of Singe. And the television would have to wait to be invented years later.
So now we skip ahead to the invention of modern television.
Hey, Ma!
Enter Crawford T. Embellishment, a good old southern boy from Biloxi, Mississippi, the true inventor of modern television.
Hey, Pa! I can't believe it! I figured out a way to beam light waves through walls to project moving images onto a screen. It's like them movies I heard about with Dark Cable and King Kong.
Well, that's fine, boy. How'd you do it?
Well, I was building some nuclear weapon for them Russians when these aliens came and took control of my...
And that is how it happened.
But just go on believing what the history books tell you.
The truth is out there.
And so, modern programming began. But back in television's infancy, however, there weren't shows on around the clock like there were today. Nope, families would sit around watching this.
Hurry up, everybody, it's almost on!
And that's all for Uncle Milty right now. Tune in next week for more Milton Berle comedy adventures.
I love this part!
2 hours later. 3 hours later.
Jimmy, that's enough TV for today! Gee, Ma. But then somebody got smart and figured out a way to fill up all that empty programming space.
With intelligent and thought-provoking shows that commented on our humanity?
False. With commercials.
And commercials have evolved right along with television. But the technology wasn't always as advanced as it is today. Do you remember those days before cable? That's when reception could be just awful.
In Texas, movie star Marilyn Monroe thrilled audiences today. She in her dress up in the air and
Dang reception?
Joe DiMaggio. But Monroe's antics were no match for
Darn horizontal hold.
All of baseball was shocked. In other sports news, hockey
Darn vertical hold.
Stop hitting me. But things eventually smoothed out and modern programming began.
And with television shows like I Love Lucy, the modern sitcom was born.
Lucy, what did you do?
Wow, I washed little Ricky's clothing.
What's so bad about that?
He was still in them. Wow.
Haha, Lucy, you're so funny.
And now, we'll do a brief history of sitcom one-liners.
Hey, Ralphie boy.
One of these days, Norton. One of these days. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Good going, Mr. Griffith. You got the hook caught in my mouth.
Well, golly. I know nothing. What you talking about, Willis?
Buck 'em, Dano.
Aw, gee, Wally. Norm! And now, the new rage is reality TV shows. First it was MTV's The Real World, and then Survivor. We'd like to show you the future of reality TV. It's a bold and daring new glimpse into the human soul as demonstrated by the cutthroat world of amateur bowling. It's called Between the Lanes. Nice shot.
Thank you.
And of course, commercials have evolved right along with the fast-paced, high-tech world of technology.
It's e-business going at the speed of hyper-technology.
But you don't want to be left behind.
That's why I've got to design a website that doesn't have all the newest bells and whistles.
It's designed to motivate your customers and hurl them into the future like a roller coaster that's flying off its tracks. And that's why you need a drink that's got zest. And a car that says, I've got too much money, and really just want to make everyone else feel bad.
They'll lather up with a soap that makes your skin come alive.
And an online trading company that makes sense out of the madness.
You see, folks, eventually the TV and the web will be the same unit.
You leave that glowing box on in the corner 24 hours a day.
You order that thing online, and in seconds, it is delivered to your door.
By urbanfetch.com.
It seems like all of this new technology is making our lives much easier.
But it's really just making it that more confusing. What if reality TV has gone so far that, without us knowing it, we're all being watched right now? Who's to say we're not all on some cosmic version of Survivor, where our very destinies aren't being controlled by some unseen television deity? Thank you, and good night.
Make sure to get that dog spayed and neutered.